today to prepare another video recipe. This week's recipe is going to be potatoes au gratin. To make this recipe you need a very few good ingredients, which are potatoes that you will pre-cook either by boiling them or microwaving them. If you do microwave, remember to poke the skin, otherwise it'll blow out. About a half onion, roughly chopped, a little bit of ham diced. Now this probably is about a slice and a half. You can also use prosciutto if you want, or mortadella would be the actual trick. A little bit of olive oil to coat your pan, because we're going to saute the onion and the ham first of all, and then a little bit of parmigiano and breadcrumbs, Italian non-seasoned fine ground breadcrumbs in pretty much equal proportions. Cheese will give the moist and the flavor, breadcrumbs will give the golden top. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'll move the two ingredients that I need to saute on our stove, and then we'll be back here to finish and assemble the bacon dish. So see you in about a couple minutes. And here we are. So I'm warming up the oven, even because I put in some chicken. That's the perfect companion for this kind of potatoes. And let's saute our onions a little bit. We don't want them overly done, because they will keep cooking in the oven together with the potatoes. And we will be adding the ham or the prosciutto or the mortadella, whatever you're using, right at the very end. Otherwise it's going to be way too salty. If you think you'll need it, you can add a few tablespoons of water, vegetable broth, chicken broth, wine to the onions while they're cooking, just to give them that extra little minute or so. I usually don't, but we will see if the need arises. Okay, it's starting sweating, as it said. I love the combined flavor of potatoes and onions. I think that they are perfect together. So I try to use this as much as I can, actually. So we're pretty much done. As we said, we don't want to cook it too much. So we'll need a couple tablespoons of water or whatever other liquid, just because this will be a help when we're going to pour this basically on top of the potatoes. And another couple seconds. We're done. So I'm going to move back to the table to prepare our baking pan and we'll be back together in a flash. So we're back here. Now I'm going to put the potatoes. Oops. Now if you have boiled the potatoes, you can add a little bit of salt to the water. If you did in the microwave as I did, you might want to add just a pinch of salt. And our mixture here. Oh, you need, unless you're using a parchment paper or something like that, you will need to coat your bottom with a little bit of olive oil. So now we are just a little stir to try and spread the onions and ham evenly. And then quite a generous sprinkle of parmigiano and of breadcrumbs. A drizzle of olive oil on top, otherwise it's going to be just a little too dry, and off it goes to the oven. So this is how it should look like before you put it in the oven, and as soon as it's going to be baked, I'll show you how it is. Now it has to be 375 degrees for about 15-20 minutes, the time basically for the cheese to melt and the top to get golden. And here we are, nice and golden and deliciously smelling. Now all you have to do is to serve it with some chicken, roasted meats, whatever by themselves. They are just absolutely great. So I hope you'll try this and you'll enjoy it, and we will see next week for another video recipe. A presto!